Oh, it's Carol.
Hanging in there.
All right, so it's 6:30. I will start this meeting. Chairman's comments. I had a thought, but I think I'll keep it to myself, which is probably better. Anybody else, George? Any comments?
No.
Public comment. We don't have the microphones.
Oh, okay.
So again, do we have any public comment? Go ahead.
When I was a much younger man, 40 years ago, I had 5 relatives die in a span of a year and a half. And it was gut-wrenching. You couldn't recover from one before another one would go.
I understand where you're coming from, but.
No, you don't.
We
You
need to
don't.
have a point where we're going here.
Yeah, I do. What I learned during that time is that if I thought something good about someone, I needed to tell them as soon as I had the opportunity, because I might not be there. And I've learned in the last month of amazing good works that this board has done. I know of someone in this town who's been the victim of horrible abuse in the verbal and mental and emotional form for some time. And I know that this board became aware of one small aspect of it, and that it reached out to this person to let them know that they would not become a party to this person's abuse. And specifically, the chairman was textbook. I've had to study this. I worked in this area for 30 years. Was textbook in the way he handled it, which showed compassion, understanding, and fellow feeling. So I wanted to mention that I was not aware of the reach behind the scenes that this board was involved. And I wanted to just express my appreciation for the board for doing that work. And just one other event that I became aware of, was aware of an elderly gentleman who was having trouble paying his taxes, and I'd offered to help him. And he said, "Nick, not yet. I might have something." And he explained to me afterwards that he had a private meeting with this board, and he described again the compassion, understanding, and fellow feeling that this board showed him. And I wanted to make it public from myself, my appreciation for this board and the good works that it's doing behind the scenes that nobody knows about, including me up to this week. So thank you.
Anything else for public comment? We'll go into old business, update on complaint Hudson Road, Rowe. I don't have anything more. I have received nothing. And number 3 is the permit part of it, the building application. I have received nothing more. So there's nothing more to add to that or to do with that. But I will say that we did get a letter from DES that I guess it was an answer to an application you filled out with them. So they have more stuff needed.
So I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. The town is requesting information that the department DES says they will not provide. So what I did, I'm trying to figure out what's a way I can handle this. So the town and DES aren't in effect fighting, one saying I'm not going to provide this and the other saying I need this. So what I did was I just started an application for a culvert. By starting an application for a culvert, they will put in writing that they've approved it. It solves this impasse that we're at. So that process, I started it a month and a half ago. I've spent quite a bit of money on soil scientists again, reaffirming the information. That application is all done, except the state has requested 3 other items. When I provide those items to them, they'll approve a culvert and we get past this impasse and that problem will be solved.
Okay. So again, that's in process. We have nothing on the safety committee, so we'll move to new business. Library electrical propane discussion with Gretchen.
Hello, now you can hear me. Few things about the library. I wanted to come and talk to you because I didn't know if you had looked at the budget and had been flagged that we were over on electric. And we've been looking at it, and we did switch from a propane furnace to a heat pump furnace last fall. We estimated that the electric would go up, but we weren't certain how much. But I think our big mistake was that the electric rate last year was about 17 to 19 cents, and right now it's 27. And so that massively screwed up our estimates for cost. So I am waiting for the August rates to get published because I believe we're going to get an increase in August. I'm going to take some usage from the beginning of the year, estimate out what we have for the end of the year, and we have the ability to move things between line items at the library. So we'll shift it around so that we don't come out over budget as a library. But I didn't want you guys concerned if you saw that our electric was way high. We also have a phone bill that is over because we planned on going to VoIP from copper in January. And I'm very excited to tell you that I finally have the right contact, but the municipal phone guy is impossible to get hold of. And we've been playing phone tag for months. I'd call, Elizabeth would call, they would not call us back, but we finally have a meeting with them on Thursday. So next month we should have our new internet phone, but we're going to be over on phone too. So we're going to move some money around and figure out how to make that work. But I didn't want it. I didn't know if you guys looked at it and it flagged and it would be a concern. The last thing in all of this that we're looking at is that the propane is a 50-50 split with the road crew. And that made sense when we were running a propane furnace, but it might not make sense now that we're running a heat pump because our propane only turns on when the temperature goes below freezing. And so I didn't know if we should recalculate that for next year. It's a moot point now because we can't just throw it onto somebody else's budget, right?
Yeah.
But it's probably not fair to split it 50-50. I also didn't know what kind of new system they were getting with the new garage. So I wanted to throw it out there that propane needs to be discussed up here for next year's budget. But we're just going to make it all work this year.
Yeah, so just so we are on the same page, we understand, and we do this every year with budgets with fuel and electric and propane costs. They're all over the place and it's hard to figure out what we're gonna use for next year. We have to use sensible numbers, but at the same time, we don't want to go too far over what we used the year before. So we feel your pain there.
Yep.
And I'm sure that won't get any easier from here on out.
Yep.
But as far as the propane usages, we have one tank over there and it feeds both buildings.
Right.
So there's no way to really meter that on your end and their end at the same time. So
But we might do it
what
different.
we can do is pull it out of one and maybe put it in another. And do a combine your propane and electric use for the buildings for next year. But this next 4 months is going to be something to work on to get us there.
Yeah. We realize that this year is just going to be what it is. But yeah, I didn't know if maybe a 30-60 split might make sense for propane, or, I mean, we can do some calculations about number of days below freezing and how many hours below freezing, because it's going to turn on when it goes below freezing. When it goes above freezing, it comes off.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
it depends on how the system is set up, but yes,
So-
sometimes it needs to be on at 34, so that's above freezing. The
Right.
propane will come on, so we have to figure out that calculation as well.
Yeah. So just something to talk about for next year.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Gretchen, what is a VoIP?
Oh, VoIP is voice over internet protocol. It's the internet phone instead of the copper traditional phone line. The traditional phone line is like $134 a month, and the internet VoIP line is $30 a month.
We have to make sure that VoIP line can be used for our alarm system over there as well.
Yes. So
So,
we have a meeting with the engineer, the municipal accounts contract person, and Elizabeth and I on Thursday morning.
okay, because that's the only reason we kept copper in this building, and I believe that building and highway was because of the fire alarms.
So we might be foiled. So BAC told us that we should switch to the internet phone to save money.
Yeah.
So we finally did it. We finally put that in our budget last year, and it's been a nightmare getting it switched.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not possible.
And maybe it's not. So we do have to consider that when we're asking them the questions too.
Okay.
Because our fire alarm system has to be able to dial out.
Okay.
And I think they can, but I don't know what you would need to set that up.
They need a separate interface, because my system at the shop, we only have VoIP, and the alarm and the fire, everything goes through
Okay. So you have a system that works that way. It's doable.
it. It is doable. It was set up when we had the whole building retrofitted. I have no idea what they did. We just had the guy come in and say, phones, alarm, fire, make it happen.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
And
We'll see.
So
think it was
just keep
Wednesday.
that in mind while we're talking to them, because
Yeah.
we do have to make.
They
sure-
might go, oh, now we can't do that.
Yeah, because we do have to make sure that alarm is going to work.
it can be done. They may not be able to do it.
Right. It might be on our end.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Anything else on library electric propane? I think next month I'll bring in the propane information we have that I gathered last year, to switch over and see if that's still something that we want to do. Which would cut our propane gallon price in half. But the first year is going to pay for the new tank we need because we don't own this tank, so there's going to be a balancing act on the first year. But I think that's going to be coming up this year because we need a diesel tank for here too, and we already own the propane tank down at the municipal building, so we will look into that and keep you aware of what's going on with that as well. All right, anybody for anything else for the library? Thank you, Gretchen. Appoint Cara Nicholl as deputy welfare agent, and as you guys know, Carol will be leaving us at some point. And we did get a email from Marion that wishes to recommend that we appoint Cara Nicholl as the new welfare deputy for the town.
I so move.
Second,
All those in favor? Aye, opposed? Nay. There is one thing that I didn't know about until this year. There is no stipend for her, for this position. I think it's something we need to look at in the budget. I mean, in the meantime, she can charge hours to, her current position, but I think it needs to be separated at some point as well. So we'll have to be aware of that. So thank you, Cara, for stepping up for that. Let me just date that.
Oh.
Sign trustees of the trust fund letter for the highway barn. We had some more bills come in that need to be paid for that. I believe it's the siding and
Siding,
siding bill.
yes. Okay, Jeff.
Which is for authorized $12,000 from the Highway Garage Maintenance Repair and Construction Expendable Trust Fund established at the March 2025 town meeting Article 19 to the general fund for the purpose of the paying and tracking work done on the highway garage facility.
So move.
So this is in addition to the whatever is 83, 84 that's already been spent, correct?
Yes, correct.
So we're up to about 96.
Yes.
We still should be on target.
And then I'll talk about this afterwards because this is going to be after the fact.
So I will second George's motion.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? And then on that same subject, not to make you wait any more than you have to. Do you have anything or did you have anything you want to bring up? Okay, so far I touched on this earlier that there's no change in anything right now, so we're waiting for more information from him.
He isn't put in for a building permit. Cause he doesn't have all this stuff together.
Okay, so before we do minutes, we have our two permits. We have one for Nate and Carter Sartell for a building to replace their barn.
I have a problem with that, Nate.
Yeah.
Well, you had size lot of 17.03 acres. The way putting your barn. 1703 acres is lot 820. And where you're putting your barn is on 820-3. You wanna look at the map?
The acreage is the combined sum of my part of both sides and over.
Because it shows different lot numbers. We just need to make sure that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the permit other than the lot number. So,
We can show that to you, Nate.
yeah, if you wanna come up here. We have this 820-3, which is where the house is, but this is 820 over across the street.
That's not my property. So it's got.
This is not your backfield?
I do not own this property.
Okay,
This is Davis.
What is this?
This is my house.
What's the lot number for this?
It must be the same as this, because I own both sides. This is the.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same lot number.
Where you have,
They would have it as a different lot number. See, they got it.
That here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just need to get that straightened out. There's no problem with the barn. The information you gave us is fine. All the specs are fine. And the only other thing I had is I came up with 1934.5 square feet, and you had 1908 on the front page of the permit application. And I think it's because there's some measurements that go to the inside of the post and some measurements that go to the outside of the post. And we always go by the outside of the building. So that's what I had to take into consideration. Okay, so I came up with 1934.5. And then well, that was the,
The total's 193.45. You have a checkbook? I have it right here. I know, I did it, I happened to get it done, knowing that I was gonna go back to the office after and get it done. But, I will be back on Friday afternoon, if you wanna come in and then.
Okay.
I can send you an email when I'm,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll probably be, best time would probably be, safest time would be like 3. Probably be there like between 2 and 4, 1 and 4. It's hard to tell what I'm doing, so, but I can let you know.
I'll have to. Like you. Nice. On Friday.
you'll have your permit anyway, so whenever you get to check on, it's fine. It doesn't matter if you need to start tomorrow and then,
We got.
oh, it's still not down? Well, I know you put in for the other permit to demolish it. Okay,
looks like a good looking building when you get it done.
Thank you.
yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a barn,
That's smaller than.
is it?
You start putting cars in
All right, so I signed off on it. I've talked to Willie. Willie's all set with it. Kent doesn't need to sign off. There's not a driveway and neither does the health officer, because there's no septic for a barn.
One, no, I wasn't sure about the plumbing, put no plumbing, but he is going to run a water.
Water line out, that's fine. It's a barn.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right, so all in favor? Aye. Opposed? So that one should be all set. And then we have John and Susan Kelly on 200 Webster Highway.
Yes.
Which is just basically a shed structure off the side of their house, cover their patio. I talked to Willie and I also signed off on this permit as well.
Are you talking about this one yet?
Kelly? Yeah, that's the one we're on now, yep. Whoops. Did it again. My name's upside down. All right, so I need a motion and a second for Kelly permit.
I'll make the motion to accept that permit.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Okay.
Did you see my email about the audit letter?
No,
Yeah, you need to sign that letter of representation. You do it every year. And then they'll complete the audit and get it published. I think it's on the back side.
We also have the grant thing that we have to do tonight too, right?
If you so choose to. I mean, if we're gonna proceed, it's a lot of work, so I'd like to get going on it. We have technically till the end of August. For the grant,
Yeah, well, I hate to put it off till the end of time, but
no,
I would rather do it now than later. Do we have a copy of that, or did you just send it to my phone? I can read it off my phone. It's gonna take me.
you know, all my stuff, but if you, yeah, if you wanna read. It's easier. Right there. So what was Bill McDonald's reasoning for?
Well, he
Not
thought it
much.
was, because we were supposed to do emergency management first. At one time, but there was no grant available and they held off on it. So he thought that they'd come around this time that he would, get in contact and see if there was anything available for emergency management. And at this time, there is not, so. there
So
is
he's
no-
on board with this as well?
Yeah, so he's all set. Yep. All right, well, let's continue with the garage.
Don't bury my thing there that I need that back.
Oh, I got it right-
That's what you
I got
have
it-
to
got it right
say.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I'm not burying it. I just want to go and finish the garage. So what we've come to find out is that we're about $8,000 short of finishing that building over here, the garage. And it's due to several different things. Not necessarily for being not on budget, but for the simple fact is that the whole building has a floor, it has a foundation, it has a footing and a foundation. So those are all things that were not in the first bid for the 125,000. So if we go 10% over, that's another 12,500. And that's what I would like to propose, because we still have garage doors, man doors, and electric to do. We do have an electric bid that was from one of the electricians in town for 7,500, not including light fixtures. Which is 3 or 4 times lower than other comparable bids that the highway has gotten. So that's what we're looking at to finish that building. I don't think we're gonna use the 12,500, but I'd like to have a little buffer there. And again, this is only 10% over the original 125,000 asked for this building. So if you guys are okay with that,
Yeah, the one caution is 125,000 was at the high end of the range. And people are gonna expect us to get it from the other buildings to stay on budget for the entire project. And-
which we may be able to do,
Yeah,
but on this building, we just can't get there
well, and this
because
is,
of the additional things that we had to upfront cost.
well, and I also think this building is taking more than it was originally planned, so that other buildings may be able to be simpler.
Yeah,
So I think there's a good chance it will work out. We're just gonna have to be cognizant of that.
yeah. And I think
So,
the
I will make the motion. With that word of caution, I'll make the motion that we increase the budget by 10%.
okay. You okay with that, George?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nay, so that takes care of the garage. We already did that. Okay, so now we'll go back to this meeting for the select board. This has to be word for word as per motion. for the grant people for the hazardous mitigation plan. So the select board in a majority vote accepts the terms of the Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities, which is the BRIC, as presented in the amount of $9,843.75 for updating the local hazardous mitigation plan. Furthermore, the board acknowledges that the total cost of the project will be $13,125, in which the town will be responsible for a 25% match. So our 25% match will be $3,281.25. I need a motion and a second.
Motion to accept that as worded.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nay, so the ayes have it. And again, this is to, update the,
Hazard mitigation.
well, the hazard mitigation, but it's part of the, um,
The pad McDonald's. Stuff.
no, no, that's emergency management.
Is this something new?
No, this is something that we try to do every 5 years to keep up with, and I don't know why, it's the town something that we have to keep updating. That we do parts of it all the time, and this is one of the parts that we hazard mitigation is one of those parts, and I don't know why I can't think of it.
We'll have to have a hearing as well.
Yeah. It's not the town report, it's
Does the title matter at this point?
I mean, it doesn't, but it's starting to bother me now that I can't figure out what,
Oh, you'll think of it as soon as we end. the
as soon as
Zoom.
we're done,
Yeah, as soon as
No,
we
I
end the
will.
Zoom, you'll remember it.
but it's part of the. I don't know why I can't think of it.
We will have to initial all of those pages as well. You notice at the bottom.
Yep.
I think that front page is signatures, and then all those pages are going to need to be initialed.
All right, so we made the motion. When I figure this out, I will let you know. There's no way my name fits in there.
Well, that's just a draft something. I'm not sure what that page is. I think we're not using it. I think that's if only one board member was signing, then you have to do this authorization thing to give one person, you all voted, so.
Name and title of subrecipient, signature 1. Subrecipient signature 2. And name and titles.
Check both sides. I'm not sure of both sides.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
There's a bunch of stuff attached to that, just.
So you'll set up and put the Hearing date is an early meeting.
So Boo Martin was supposed to be here. And she left her wallet at the office when she was there, and she told Elizabeth to have me bring it here so I could give it to her, and now she's not here. What am I supposed to do? Boo Martin left her wallet at the office, and she was supposed to come here.
No, I'll
So
set.
you're free.
Thanks for coming, mate. So she was supposed to come tonight.
Yeah, she called the office and said, I left my wallet there, and Elizabeth said, well, Carol's gonna be at the meeting, she said, I'm going to the meeting after dinner, so I will tell Carol to bring it to the meeting, and I will be there.
You got $1 million in it.
I didn't look, but it is unzippered.
At the end of the meeting, if I can call her and if she's home, I don't mind running it down there. I don't know if this has anything to do with that.
Yeah, I kind of just printed out last time, the extra stuff in there.
Do I have to scribble on those too?
Yep. So name,
Yeah.
signature, then name and title,
Yeah.
and then all the initial pages. And this is the legal notice and the other part that has to go back on that.
Just take that part back so it's not mixed in.
Here. Yeah. Okay, and while we're doing that, the only thing I have for other business is that there's a police board meeting, I believe, on August 3rd at 5 PM in Greenville. If you haven't been to one and want to be at one, you're more than welcome to come.
Is that coming
When
up?
is it? At the police
Yeah, that's,
station, I assume.
next Monday. August 3rd.
The park
What time?
canceled. You just have to sign that
5
one.
o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's at the Greenville meeting.
Every page down here
Where the
needs to
heck
be
is that?
initialed.
You know where the Greenville town
Both
offices
sides.
are? And how
Yeah,
there's that.
yeah, same side of the road.
Both sides.
There's a police station, but just a little further
A
down.
little further down, well, on the end of that building, there's a stairway on the end of the building. If you go right around that corner, it's the last door on the right-hand side of the building. And we haven't had anything else, so, did you have any, committee updates? Anything from SAC or
Yeah,
nothing?
be quiet.
Oh, I'd also like to make a comment, that, I was told by Gail Cromwell, a couple of Mondays ago, she caught me at the fire station. And she says that she does not put her nose in the board's business, and the board should not be putting their nose into the Village Green Committee's decisions to put plants down on the common. So I just wanted you guys to know that.
Well, and I guess I will add to that comment and say, if all of the stakeholders were involved before it got here, we wouldn't do that. The only reason we were involved is because they didn't ask all the right people.
Yeah. Well, they didn't ask anybody. I mean, they did.
Correct.
They didn't
They
ask.
didn't ask the people that have to maintain it.
Yep.
The other thing, The select board has responsibility for that comment also.
Yep. So I just wanted you guys to know, because I think what she's planning on doing is she's gonna plan on planting those hydrangea things down there anyway. But I don't know that to be a fact.
Is that, yeah, then is that fair to expect the highway department to clean up after them? I don't think it is.
No, it's not. I don't think it is either.
Just waiting on me.
Yeah, we'll just
Oh.
wait till you're done and then we can do
You can
minutes.
start
Alright.
signing some of those things if you want.
Oh,
I read the meeting, the minutes, and I'm okay with them as written.
I have one problem with the minutes. On page 2. Under approved select board meeting minutes, June 23rd. Case moved to approve the minutes. As written. Willow Lennox.
What was
Second.
that?
No, I didn't notice that.
I think it was Clay that did that.
Yeah,
One of you guys did it, I'll go back and look at my notes.
we'll have to find this Willard guy.
He can't move it.
All right, the only other thing I had is on the front page, 2, 3, 4 sentences down, it says the board discussed the Village Green's request to place hydrangeas on the common. Case noted. They are nice to look at, when they're in blooming. However, they make a mess, which after is more work for the highway crew. Instead of is more work for the highway crew, I'd like to say which won't be cleaned up in a timely manner. Cause I don't know why she thinks it's the highway crew's job. They mow grass, they don't take care of the plants.
Well, and it's not fair to add work on them without asking. That's the problem, I guess.
Yep, that too. All right, motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Are you asking for a motion or you looking for?
I got a motion, I motioned, so I need a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Anything else for the board? Hi, Steve and Christine. He called me earlier and told me he was gonna want.
Who's that?
So he must be bored. Steve Anderson and Christine Anderson. So if we have nothing else, we have bills to sign, we can sign off in the meeting.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Good night.